Good morning, children. I welcome you all to the next session. Today we are going to learn about a poem, and by seeing the picture, you may realize the title of the poem which we are going to learn today. The name of the poem is Africa, and it is written by David Diop. So let's see what is in the poem. The poem is a reminiscence of Africa, a land about which the poet heard from his grandmother's song. He paints a vivid picture of the history of European colonialism in Africa and the strength of African people. Here, before we entering into the poem, let's know about the poet David Diop. David Diop is born in the year of 1927 and died in the year 1960. He was a revolutionary African poet born in France to parents of West African descent. He lived in France through his childhood and visited Africa only in the 1950s. His poems highlighted the problems of Africa brought about by colonialism and gave a message to Africans to bring about change and freedom. He was known for his involvement in the Negritude movement in France, a movement started by black writers and artists protesting against French colonialism and its effects on African culture and values. His views and feelings were published in Presence Africaine and in his book of poems Corps de Pilon, which was published in the year 1956. Diop died at the age of 33 in a plane crash. Now we are going to learn about the two great personalities who had contributed a lot to the world and the humanity. The first one is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was an American statesman and lawyer who served as the 16th President of the United States from 1861 to 1865. Lincoln led the nation through its greatest moral, constitutional, and political crisis in the American Civil War. The next one is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Ralihlahla Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary. He was a political leader and philanthropist who served as President of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. These two personalities, they have contributed a lot to the world. Next, we are moving towards the poem. The poem is a reminiscence of Africa, a land about which the poet heard from his grandmother's song. He paints a vivid picture of the history of European colonialism in Africa and the strength of African people. Here, What do you mean by reminiscence? Reminiscence means the enjoyable remembering of past events. What do you mean by vivid? Vivid means clear image in the mind. Now you can read the poem. Africa, my Africa, Africa of proud barriers in ancestral savannas, Africa of whom my grandmother sings on the banks of the distant river, I have never known you. Through this poem, the poet David Diop heard from his grandmother's song. He paints a vivid picture of the history of African colonialism and the strength of African people. He says that he has never known Africa, but despite the distance, he cannot deny how much it is a part of him. In the second stanza, we see that, but your blood flows in my veins, your beautiful black blood that irrigates the fields, the blood of your sweat, the sweat of your work. In this, the beautiful black blood which flows in his veins describes his African descent and shows how much Africa is a part of him and his love for it and its people. He shows his anger and accusation when he stresses that it is the blood and sweat of his people which is irrigating the fields for the benefit of the other people. By this, he is pointing a finger at the colonialists who exploited black people and used them as slaves to profit from their hard labor. Next, we read that poem, the work of your slavery, the slavery of your children, Africa, tell me, Africa, is this you, this back that is bent, this back that breaks under the weight of humiliation? Here he urges the black people to stand up to the pain and the humiliation that they are suffering in their own land. He reminds them of the strength and pride they have in them and to say no to the whip of the colonialist which makes them work under the hot midday sun and leaves scars on their backs. Despite this suffering, he urges them to be strong and remain unbent and not let this break them despite the weight of their suffering. This back trembling with the red scars and saying yes to the whip under the midday sun, but a grave voice answers me, impetuous son, that tree young and strong, that tree there, in splendid loneliness amidst white and faded flowers, that is Africa, your Africa, that grows again patiently, obstinately, and its fruit gradually acquires the bitter taste of liberty. Again, the poet further says that the wise voice of Africa chides him for thinking impetuous thoughts and implies to us that a continent lies in wait for something to happen. It urges the African to be patient and not hasty like children as there is change on the horizon. The tree, young and strong, represents the young people of Africa who are patiently but obstinately waiting until they get the liberty they want. What do you mean by impetus? Impetus means acting quickly and without thinking. What do you mean by splendid? Splendid means grand or majestic. Obstinately means stubbornly. Trembling means he in a state of great worry. What do you mean by scars? Scars means outcrop of rock. And at the moment the tree is alone, meaning the African struggle is lonely battle, but they will achieve the freedom and liberty they want, no matter how bitter the taste is getting it. It is among the white and faded flowers by which he means the colonialist who will fade in time while the youthful Africans grow in strength and wait for their moment of freedom. In this poem, there is figure of speech. The first words, Africa, my Africa, Africa of proud warriors in ancestral savannas, Africa of whom my grandmother sings. In this, the figure of speech is apostrophe. To speak to a dead or absent person or to an inanimate object or abstract idea. The second one is your beautiful black blood that irrigates the fields, the blood of your sweat, the sweat of your work, this back that is bent. In this we find the figure of speech is personification. Personification is when you give an animal or object qualities or abilities that only a human can have. It is used to bring non-human things to life. And the third one is your beautiful black blood, back that is bent, back that breaks. In this we find the figure of speech is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same sounds at the beginning of words. And the fourth one is impetus son, that tree young and strong that grows again patiently, obstinately. Figure of speech is metaphor. A figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. The next one is in splendid loneliness, bitter taste of liberty. In this, the figure of speech is oxymoron. Oxymoron is a figure of speech in which two opposite ideas are joined to create an effect. The common oxymoron phrase is a combination of an adjective preceded by a noun with contrasting meaning. For example, kind, cruelty. It is not from the lesson, it is taken from outside. The example is given, kind, cruelty. So, dear children, read the poem repeatedly. Repeated reading will help you to understand the poem and its meaning in a better way. So, learn the poem and do the exercises. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.